everyone, welcome to Drawing Hub. So this is Computer Graphics and Image Processing Module 1 Part 6. So in the previous video we have discussed about raster scan displays problems, and in this video we'll be looking about random scan displays. When operated as a random scan display unit, a CRT has the electron beam directed only to the parts of the screen where a picture is to be drawn. So in this case, that is in random scan displays, the electron beam, the cathode ray tube, has the electron beam directed only to the part where we want the picture to be drawn. Only in that part the electron beam will be directed. Random scan monitors draw a picture one line at a time, and for this reason they are also referred to as vector displays or stroke writing or calligraphic displays. So the random displays have four names. So random displays are also called as vector displays. Okay, they are called as vector displays. Stroke writing, they are called as stroke writing, or calligraphic displays, and also random scan displays. So it is having four names in total. Okay. So why is it called as vector displays? Because the random scan monitors will only draw the picture one line at a time, line by line. Okay, and for that reason it is called as vector displays, stroke writing or calligraphic displays. The component lines of a picture can be drawn and refreshed. So for random scan displays, you can start from this. Okay. The component lines of a picture can be drawn and refreshed by a random scan system to any specified order. So this is the figure. Interlacing scan lines on a raster scan display. First, all points on the even number solid scan lines are displayed. Then all points along the odd numbers dashed lines are displayed. A pen plotter operates in a similar way and is an example of random scan hard copy device. Okay, now what is the example of a random scan? A pen plotter is an example for random scan. So this much you can write as the first introduction part of random scan display. You can write from when operated till this hard copy device. Now the refresh rate on a random scan system depends on the number of lines to be displayed. So here in random scan system, the refresh rate it will be depending on the number of lines to be displayed. So how much lines have to be displayed? It is based on that. Picture definition is now stored as a set of line drawing commands in an area of memory referred to as refresh display file. So we have got another definition. Refresh display file. What is refresh display file? It is the picture definition which is stored as a set of lines. The refresh display file is an area of memory. It is an area of memory, and the picture definition is now stored as a set of line drawing commands in an area of memory referred to as a refresh display file. Sometimes the refresh display file, okay, now this has another name. It is called as display list, display program, or simply the refresh buffer. You remember the refresh buffer, the frame buffer. So it is the refresh display file is an area of memory. It is also called as display list, display program, and refresh buffer. To display a specified picture, the system cycles through the set of commands in the display file, drawing each component line in turn. After all line drawing commands have been processed, the system cycles back to the first line command in the list. Random scan displays are designed. Okay, so here. Random scan, okay, you can write till here. And the random scan displays are designed to draw all the component lines of a picture. Now, that is 30 to 60 times each second. High quality vector systems are capable of handling approximately 1000 short lines at this refresh rate. When a small set of lines is to be displayed, each refresh cycle is delayed to avoid refresh rate greater than 60 frames per second. Otherwise, faster refreshing of the set lines could burn out the phosphor. Okay, there is a chance of burning out. Now the random scan systems are designed for, now as applications. What are the applications? The random scan systems are designed for line drawing applications. So one application, line drawing application, and cannot display realistic shaded skin. Okay. So random scan system cannot display realistic shaded skin. Since picture definition is stored as a set of line drawing instruction and not as a set of intensity values for all screen points, vector displays generally, what is vector displays? Random scan displays only. They have higher resolution than raster systems. So the random scan system have higher resolution than the raster scan system. Also, vector displays produce smooth line drawing because the CRT beam directly follows the line path. A raster system, in contrast, produces jagged lines that are plotted as discrete points. So the first one, the raster system will produce, this is called jagged lines. Okay, it will produce jagged lines and that are plotted as discrete points. Whereas in a random scan system, it produces smooth line drawings because the CRT beam directly follows the line path. You can write this much. So that is about the random scan system from the textbook. Now, this is the figure you can draw for random scan system. So a random scan system draws a component line of an object in any specified order. We can draw it in any order. And this is the random scan display figure. Now, the proper definition for the notes. The electron beam is directed only to the parts of the screen where a picture is to be drawn. Random scan monitors draw a picture one line at a time. It is also called as calligraphic displays or stroke writing or vector displays. Okay, the component lines of a picture can be drawn and refreshed in any specified order. A pen plotter operates in a similar way and is an example of random scan hard copy device. Refresh rate on a random scan system depends on the number of lines to be displayed. Picture definition is stored as a set of line drawing commands in an area of memory referred to as the display file or display list or refresh buffer. To display a specified picture, the system cycles through a set of commands in the display file, drawing each picture definition is stored as a set of line drawing commands in an area of memory referred to as display file or display list or refresh buffer. To display a specified picture, the system cycles through a set of commands in the display file, drawing each component line. After all line drawing commands have been processed, the system cycles back to the first line command in the list. So this is an architecture of a simple random scan system. We have the input-output device which is connected to the system bus, CPU, system memory, display processor and the monitor. Now, an application program is input and stored in the system memory along with the graphics package. Graphics command in the application program are translated by the graphics package into a display file stored in the memory, system memory. Now, this display file is then accessed by the display processor to refresh the screen. The display processor cycles through each command in the display file program once during every refresh cycle. Sometimes the display processor in a random scan system is referred to as a display processing unit or a graphics controller. Graphics patterns are drawn on a random scan system by directing the electron beam along the component lines of the picture. Lines are defined by the values for the coordinate endpoints, and these input coordinate values are converted to X and Y deflection voltages. A scene is then drawn one line at a time by positioning the beam to fill in the line between specified endpoints. Okay, then we have the difference between raster scan display and random scan display. Raster scan display. Picture definition stored as set of intensity values. Random displays, picture definition stored as line commands. So in random display, it is line commands, and in raster displays, it is intensity values. The refreshing rate of raster display is 68 to 80 frames per second. Remember, I told you 60 hertz or 80 hertz like that. And in random display, the refreshing rate is 30 to 60 frames per second. Now, in raster display, the beam directed as continuous scan line. Continuous scan lines will be there, the beam. Now, random display. It will not look, see, in raster scan, it will not look where the image is to be drawn. It's just continuous scan line will be there. But in random display, the beam is directed only to the part of image to be drawn. Wherever we near the image, only in that part, the beam will be directed. Raster scan is having low resolution, but random scan is having higher resolution. Raster scan is having jagged lines, I told you before. And random display will have smooth lines. Example of raster scan is printed and random scan is plotted. Okay. Next. And we have the figure that we have discussed before. Okay, this is about algorithm. Okay, again, the refresh rate on random scan, same things which we have discussed before. And the figure, the vector display, stroke writing, calligraphic. Now in the next video we will be, so this is half of the module. We have completed half of the module. Next we will, on the next video we'll be looking about line drawing algorithm. So then bye bye.